Yo.
Hey y'all, hey, so it's time for another video today. So clearly you guys have to be on the rock if you don't know what's going on in the world right now. With coronavirus everywhere, masks are like gone. People are gouging the prices of masks or whatever, and it's terrible. So I know there are 1,050,264 videos on how to do a DIY mask, but since I have not done any DIYs as far as sewing, I wanted this to be the introductory to me sewing. Now, I actually saw Mimi G's thing, and I did print out. She did have, okay, there it is. I got it. I got it. She did have a pattern, but I understand that a lot of us are quarantined at home and we ain't got no printer because we be using the printer at work. I mean, I don't, but some of y'all do. So I am going to measure this for you guys so you can see the dimensions. But in the meantime, in between time, if you don't want to do that, I'm going to give you 3 measurements that you're going to need. One will be, because we're actually going to do the mask that comes around here and drops. The measurement is going to be where you want the mask to start or stop, and then right under your chin, okay? Hold on. So right under your chin. So for me, that's about 6.5. And then the next measurement you want is about how wide you want it here. So again, let's see. Okay, we're going to do about right there with them sideburns. We got to protect the sideburns. That's about, you can't see that, but that's about, this is like real bright. Like, shoot. But it's about 2.5. I want to say this real fast. If you have not subscribed to my channel, go and do it now. Like the video. I put on a bra for y'all, so that's the least you could do is go and do that. You know, turn on your notifications so you know when I post. I'll be like,
Trinity ain't even know you posted stuff.
I posted that video a year ago. Where you been? Anyway, all right, I'm back. And then the next measurement is going to be, again, about here. And you're going to go all the way around. Make sure you get your Humpty Hump nose up in there. And all the way across. So that's about, we're about at 10. We're just going to round that up to 10. So those are the measurements that you will need to make this mask. But, again, like I said, I'm going to give you these dimensions. So, without further ado, let's go and get started so this video is not long. One of the things that Mimi said is that for her, all her children, the kids, the daddy, the husband, all these people, they use about 22 inches. I actually cut mine to 20, so we're going to see if it's going to be too tight. But remember, it is elastic, so, I mean, I got a dome, but God, dog. Y'all gonna be so embarrassed if at the end this don't fit. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so that's what you want to keep in mind. 22 inches. One last thing for real. When picking out your fabric, you make sure that the fabric that you choose obviously should be cotton. Something, the thicker the better in this, because you got to remember the idea of this is not for fashion. It is to create some type of blockage so you are not getting whatever is out there in. So one way that Mimi actually suggested is that when you take your fabric, you want to hold it up and see how much light, because if you think about like more like of a sheer fabric or a stretch fabric, you know, some of your knit fabrics or whatever are a little bit too thin for this. So what you want to do is try to find something that's a solid cotton. Both of the fabrics that I'm using are pretty solid or whatever. You want to think about more so like like quilting. Those are the squares that she actually suggested, where they actually sell just squares. So, all right, your bare necessities: measuring tape, your pattern or the measurements, scissors, your under fabric, and then your main fabric. You're going to need some type of elastic. If you don't have that small elastic, you can cut it. Okay, so the measurements I promised you. The part that goes from nose to chin is about 7.5. Okay. The bottom part is about 5 inches. And then that side piece is by your ear is about 4. And then that curve that will go kind of from nose to ear is about, reveal that, girl. What's that? Oh, shoot. 5 inches. Okay, let me tell you guys right now. So if you decide to do a fabric that's print, remember when you're placing this fabric, your pattern on the paper, remember that when it's time to do the other one, you're going to need to actually flip this pattern, because what happens is you end up with 2 like left sides. You ain't got no right side. So ideally, the reason why I place the pattern like right in the middle, because ideally I want all the prints, as many prints from the Ankara fabric as I can get, because bam, look at that. This fabric I got from Wally World. I looked up, it was $1.78. I'm quick to go to the fabric department and see what they have. So you have to cut out 2 pieces. And if you look on the pattern that I showed you, these pieces are actually a little bit smaller. And oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me measure that right now for you. It's about 4 7/8 inch. So what ideally you want to be able to have the main piece longer. And of course, I'm going to always show you my flub. So this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, you need 2 pieces that basically are opposite. So what you would do, like I say, is turn the pattern over, because if not, you're going to end up with 2 pieces. And yeah, you can't do right sides together if you have fabric like this. Now, if you don't have a printed fabric and it doesn't matter, then hey, you can just cut on the fold and it'll be fine. But because I want it to be difficult, that's what happened. So now what you're going to do is actually pin right sides together, and you're going to just sew just the curve part. I'm pinning, back to Cali. Oh, I'm pinning. All right, so you go sew those pieces. I always think that's what my sewing machine sounds like. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm delirious. But I'm trying to get this video out so you guys can have another mask video. So now I'm going to test it out. Keep in mind, I'm a designer and I'm sensitive about my shit. All right, so once that is done, now you're going to pin along the curve. Now we're actually going to combine the top, which is your fashion fabric, as Mimi G calls it, with your, I don't know what you want to call that other bottom, the bottom fabric. So what you'll do is you will sew all the way around until like you get to that edge. You do not sew like all the way to the end. So you'll stop right there, boom, bam, capiche. One beautiful thing about these masks is that you can wash them, of course, wear them over. You can do so many things with these masks or whatever. So I think it's a good idea. I mean, one of my friends actually said, hey, you should make some masks. And I was like, okay. I mean, I'm quarantined. So now you're actually going to flip the mask inside out. Now, you can iron at this point or you can wait to the end. I decided to iron now because I just wanted to see, like, let it lay flat. So I did turn it, fold it in half, and then iron it. Okay, so this is the part that you're actually going to iron. So what you're going to do is flip that little flap that's longer twice. The idea is for your elastic to fit through this little slot. So keep that in mind when you're flipping, so you don't want to make that too narrow or too wide. Okay? Side note, I just love that little cute little iron. Another thing, please pay attention to where I'm pointing. That is the only place that you'll sew. So right along the edges. We are in the home stretch. So you need I was about to say a paper clip. Oh my God, get in my hand. Okay, you need a safety pin. Safety pin is going to be so you can basically thread, or however y'all want to say it, sift it through those holes, those insert. So I am just delirious. Sorry, guys. So basically what you want to do is, I would start from the bottom. Now you're here. Hey. Oh my God, I need a nap. Anyway, so idea is to bring it all the way through, and you're going to loop it around. So you'll see what I mean. And the idea, of course, is to bring that around so you can create the 2 straps, which is what you'll see at the end. Okay, and so how you're going to close this is that you're actually just going to do a zigzag stitch, and you're going to overlap the 2 elastic pieces, and then you're going to sew those together, and you will finally be done. Cut all the extra string and bam, you got a mask. And we're done. So let's see how the little baby fits. So as you can see, I got my roots watching over me. Say what I see it. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so this is the mask. As you see, it has that little cup, because you don't want something that's like flat on your face or whatever. I mean, if you get the mask like that, at this point, like they say, the surgical mask is the best mask. One thing that you can do is kind of slide this little part right back up on in there. so you can hide the ugliness of my zigzag, because my thing just went crazy on me. I was just like, what's happening? It just did not want me to be great. But anyway, guys, so the moment of truth, which you probably should have did this before. Me, speaking to me. I actually have makeup on, so I'm literally about to ruin this mask right now. But it's okay, because it's washable. Oh my God. Ooh. So, ideally, on your face, this one goes up. Hold on, hold on. There. Give me a second. And then this one is down. And you're protected. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Okay. All right. So you're protected, okay? The ear. There you go. So, ideally, over the ear. Oh, my God. I can't get it. See, there you go. Yeah. So it is covering my entire face, and I actually can speak. I actually just have on lip gloss, so I'm trying to shade the inside of the mask, but it covers. So, here you go. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, remember to subscribe. As always, this video is definitely long enough. Y'all know the rest. I'm out. Alexa, play Mask Off by that man without him cheering.